There's a number between 0 and 40, which decides whether a lead at this agency is worth a sales call. The founder used to spend 2 hours manually producing this by hand for each and every single lead, and right now it gets produced in under 2 minutes without the founder's involvement at all. Here's how I got rid of the biggest bottleneck of this business. So what we're looking at here is the opt-in page of a local Google Ads agency that's currently running an offer for local brick and mortar businesses looking to scale their business using Google Ads. The business is running a very textbook style Hermosi funnel. Somebody opts in for a free lead magnet. 2 days later, they get this lead magnet. This lead magnet just happened to be free analysis to see if a business will be a good fit for running Google Ads. If the business is a good fit, they get sent on through to the next step in the funnel, which is the sales page. And on the sales page, they're ultimately persuaded to book a call. What's interesting about this particular lead magnet is that it also functions as a lead qualifier. So in the analysis, the prospect gets sent a score between 0 and 40. Anything above 25 is considered a qualified lead and thus a good fit to start running Google Ads for. There's, however, a couple problems with this workflow. So let's break down the problem. Firstly, it's not really a doing more of Google Ads problem. It's basically a generate lead magnet problem and lead magnet delivery problem. If we try to put a cost on it, this founder used to spend about 2 hours creating each and every analysis. He had a steady stream of leads coming in of about 2 leads a day, which comes out to 14 leads a week. Add it all up and you have 28 hours a week of basically manual labor, which basically is a part-time job. What made matters worse is this founder was a one-man army, basically doing everything in the business, where this founder used to create the analysis, he would deliver the analysis, he would run the ads for people, and he would also do the sales calls. He was basically doing everything, which means that these are 28 of the most expensive hours you could possibly be spending as a founder. There's actually 2 other problems that are kind of hidden in plain sight. The first one is because there's a built-in delay of 2 days before a prospect gets the analysis, it means that it's very possible that after 2 days, the prospect is no longer interested, or they might have already moved on to a competitor. The name of the game these days is speed, and the person that's following up on leads the quickest is usually the person that wins. If you have a built-in delay of 2 days and then deliver your best pitch to a prospect, there's a good chance that this prospect is already completely cold. The second problem is that this is clearly not a scalable solution. Because this is a one-man army, let's say the demand for a service increases where he now has to run ads for more people each and every week. He's no longer able to actually create the analysis, and he's no longer able to fulfill on his 2-day guarantee that he currently has on his website. So this is clearly not a scalable solution. Now, before I break down the automation I built for him, let's walk through the workflow for a second so you can see how it actually works. This is the opt-in page where he's running paid ads to, where prospects can fill in their credentials, their information. Let's do AI automation, info@rifadoconstancia.ai. Just to show you how this flow works, I've asked for some real lead URLs so I can show you what the analysis looks like as well. So let's start with a non-qualified lead request. Good. So now the prospect gets sent through to the thank you page, and the founder should get an email right away. There it is. This email contains all the credentials of the prospect that just opted in for the lead magnet. And what's actually happening below the hood is the analysis is actually being created right now by the AI agent that's working in the background, which is a Claude Code instance. Let me break that down for you for a second. All right, so I just opted in. My credentials got sent through to a Claude Code AI agent running in the background. And this agent got trained on company-specific data because you basically want to ensure the quality of the analysis. You want your branding to be in there. You want your logo to be in there. You want the analysis to be created in the tone of voice of the founder. So to achieve all these things, you have to basically train the Claude instance on your company data. The Claude instance creates the document, and in this document contains the score. Anything above 25 is going to be sent through to the sales page where they're ultimately persuaded to book a call. Anything below 25 is going to be sent an honest advice saying, this is probably not the time yet. Maybe if you implement this, 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 and this, maybe perhaps in the future we could, do something. We could, work together. Now, because it takes between 1 and 3 minutes for this analysis to be created and sent, it's going to take a second for it to pop up in the inbox right here. So we're going to be waiting for that. All right, and there it is. So this is the delivery email. It's saying, thank you for your request. Attached, you'll find your analysis. And that's it. In this analysis, you basically get a 14-page full-fledged analysis that's generated from this Claude instance in the background. And what's important is this part. This is the score I was talking about, and this particular prospect got ranked 18 out of 40, which is a really bad score, which also means that we don't want them to be sent through to the sales page, because it's basically a waste of time and a waste of money, even if they decided they wanted to start running Google Ads or whatever. Just to show you what it looks like if I input a lead that is qualified. Go through the process again, AI automation v2, same email. I'll use a website URL of a qualified lead. Request gets sent to the same thank you page. I should instantly get the request email once again. There it is. We got a new Google Ads request for an analysis for company AI automation v2. Same credentials. We're gonna same story is working in the background right now, so we're gonna have to wait a second for that. And there it is, the delivery analysis for company AI automation v2. Notice the difference in this delivery mail, because in the previous one, we didn't get a button. We just got some text and the analysis. And in this one, we do get the button. And if you press it, you get it sent through to a sales page, which contains some case studies, some proofs, whatever. And in the analysis, if I open it, we see that this prospect got a score of 29 out of 40, which is much better, which means this is a promising prospect for the agency owner to do business with. Now that I've explained how the agentic workflow works, let's talk about results and benefits. It used to take the founder 28 hours a week of manual labor creating these analysis, and this got reduced to 0 hours a week because an agentic workflow is working in the background doing the analysis creation and the analysis delivery. Only qualified leads will ultimately end up booking calls with him, which is what you want. And this 28 hours a week could be spent getting new clients and running ads for people, which is great. Another benefit is that it used to take 2 days for a lead to receive his analysis, which got reduced to 2 minutes, which means that a prospect will still very much be interested in the service once they receive the lead magnet, which is ultimately going to increase your conversion rate, which is what you want. Let's say this agency owner prices himself at $100 an hour because he now got freed up 28 hours a week. In total, if you add it all up, $2,800 a week got freed up, and that's assuming that the influx of leads stays the same. This is based on 2 leads a day. Once this agency owner starts scaling and even more leads start getting into the pipeline, this number is just gonna go up and up and up and up, and it's just gonna be more profitable in the long run, which means ultimately you have a scalable solution right here. So here's the takeaway. If there's a skilled judgment step sitting in between your leads and your calendar, where somebody has to score, qualify, or read anything before anything moves, that is exactly the bottleneck that this kind of agentic workflow removes. It is probably your most expensive hour hidden in plain sight. So if this sounds like your funnel, book a call with me below, and we'll go over and try to identify where the bottleneck lies in your company and whether it's worth automating, yes or no. It won't be a sales pitch, just a straight answer. Also, if you have an idea for an automation that you'd like me to break down on this channel in the future, just leave a comment below. I'll be going over each and every single comment in the future. So yeah, that's going to be it. I appreciate you making it to the end of this video. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.